Everybody done with Call of Duty?
Oh, I'm done with it.
Fuck you! Have you said your piece on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Is Overwatch, which I watched the cinematic trailer and the gameplay trailer 2 days ago, and I don't know if it was just because I happened to, at the very end, my body just teared up. You know, that was when it was going to tear up. It's like, oh, you know, something's in my eye, or you know those random instances where you're like, oh, you know, it's a good thing nobody's watching me now because my eyes are kind of watery and they may think ill of me or whatever. I don't know if it was that time in particular, but at the very end of the Overwatch trailer, I definitely teared up a little bit, and I was extremely excited. I got Sasa throughout a good portion of that cinematic trailer. I think it was done. Hold on, actually, first let me say, I despise Blizzard.
Whoa!
One of my least favorite companies.
No.
Blizzard.
No, you
Valve,
give them credit for that before
Activision.
you spit on their name.
I am giving. If they've done one thing right by me, it's
this cinematic trailer,
and possibly this game. Although with Blizzard's history,
Didn't you say you wanted to work for him once?
I never said that.
You did, remember?
It was probably me, but
if I would work,
I hate him so much. I want to work for him and sabotage him from the inside.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's it. Yeah, I would sabotage them from the inside.
oh jeez.
While taking full advantage of how
Hateful
awesome their
person. Wow.
apparent, you know. I just imagine it being
get you.
so relaxed there that nobody gets anything done. Thali said that they have every Friday they can drink, and I think it's actually every day they can drink. And there's
I could say, what would be
You
a good
cannot
idea?
put down a great working environment.
I can if it's way too casual and they only output the same games every 10 years.
The
With minimal
same
differences.
games sell millions. And
I don't give a flying horse manure about how much they sell.
What did we just talk about with Call of Duty?
Exactly,
Once
it's
you
the same
have
thing.
once you have gameplay mechanics that sell millions, billions, big
You don't
bucks,
like Activision or Call of Duty, yet you like Blizzard.
That's because I think that their games. Well, in Call of Duty, I played the first game and the second game, and then they changed it, the whole mechanics of it. It just feels like some repetitive bullshit.
Bullshit.
Blizzard puts out good games every 10 years or so.
Very subjective opinion and good games.
Yeah, of course it's subjective, but I love them, and so do.
Diablo 3's graphics 10 years later look...
I don't play any Blizzard game for their graphics unless it's their cinematic trailer, which are amazing.
Yeah, that's smoke and mirrors, speaking of which.
Cinematic trailers?
Yeah.
Blur makes cinematic trailers for damn near every game.
But most of the games that they make cinematic trailers for, they don't live off of those cinematic trailers, and they're not, like, this is that game, this is what defines a huge aspect of that game, is their cinematic trailers.
The games look cartoony. It's a
Because they're
fantasy
technically
world.
limited.
They have to... No, they
Why does none of
They're
their games look good? None of their games look amazing. Their cinematics do.
Besides
3,
Diablo 3, all of their games, their game mechanics are all very solid. And if not, they have a huge team that's patching it and updating it.
with 10 years, anybody should be able to do that. I mean, Gearbox failed to do
Just
that.
because there's 10 years between when games come out doesn't mean the game is in development for 10 years. They have
that-
other things to do, I'm sure.
I suppose that they've won up Valve, which is another company I hate, by actually making a Diablo 3 and a StarCraft 2 after such a long time. But we're talking about Overwatch, which I'm excited for.
Half-Life 3 is going to come out. I don't care when it comes out.
No, it's not.
But it's gonna be amazing.
No, it's not. And no, it won't be. It's impossible to live up to the hype right now.
Maybe it's like
out?
George Lucas, who said that he couldn't create the Star Wars films earlier because of the lack of technology required to make it as awesome as his vision was.
So he
It's called
sold it to Disney.
Nobody's made a better Half-Life 3 that they've just... With their own engine that they've just bought out and decided
Look,
to
we're going to
capitalize
go to the Combine world in Half-Life 3.
We went to
going to be...
You didn't play Half-Life 1 because you did that in Half-Life 1. And it was stupid.
True.
It was just a whole bunch of squiggly lines and retarded things.
Oh, wait. So you don't like the cartoony looking games, but that is exactly
That's
what
not true.
Overwatch is.
No, that's not true. I
Then why
didn't say I don't like cartoony games. I say that given 10 years, your game should look better. And in my opinion, most games where it takes that long to develop, when it comes out to have a cel-shaded look to it or a cartoony look to it, I think that's a cop-out. I think that's definitely, like, I wholeheartedly believe that Gearbox did that with Borderlands.
Look at what. Okay, think about what you're saying.
StarCraft 2
if they
doesn't
change
look that
too
much better, and it doesn't look cartoony.
They have a huge fan base, and and that fan base has a vision. When they think
Diablo 2 was nowhere close to cartoony. They changed the look fundamentally from Diablo 2 to Diablo 3. If there was a natural progression of how Diablo 3 was going to look, it wouldn't be how it is right now. It would be really dark, really gritty, I think hyper-realized. This is obviously, I'm not Blizzard. Obviously, what they made is what they made. That's what exists right now, so there's no arguing against it. But Ghost, canned. Titan, canned. Any sort of new IP, canned, except for Overwatch, which is why I'm excited for it. And it might even in the end be canned.
Heroes of the Storm.
That's technically, in my opinion, just rehashing old shit. It's all of things that they've already done before. They know exactly how it works.
Blizzard, in my opinion, is like Nintendo. They're always putting out the same thing, but better.
No, not always. In between many, many years, putting out the same thing. So they're not like Nintendo.
Whenever they put stuff out, it's better. Like I said, the only exception is Diablo 3.
I think that Gearbox probably shit their pants when Overwatch was decided, because Overwatch does look better in every single way than Battleborn. Their opening trailer was better in every single way. Their gameplay looks better and better realized in every single way. Like I said, I have no problem with Overwatch. If anything, Overwatch can change my opinion of them, provided it comes out at the latest 2015.
Why?
Because it'll prove that they're a competent development company. Where because StarCraft 2, the newest
Heart of the Storm.
No, the next one. How long has it been? Yeah. How long has it been since Heart of the Storm came out?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Was it like last summer? I think it came out.
No, not last summer.
Then I have
Probably
no
not.
idea.
A year or two ago? I don't know.
Don't remember.
They can sort of change my opinion if they do everything right. If they work against all of how I've seen them operate in the past, which is completely realizing this game, releasing it within a reasonable time window, and the graphics actually they are cartoony, but they look very good. I mean, Battleborn's doing the exact same thing.
Polished.
It's like,
Polished is
cartoon
all you
MOBA.
can ask for. If it looks blocky and unfinished, then shame on you, developer or publisher, putting on time constraints, which is what you're talking about, on developers. Let it be released whenever it is released and it's finished. You say, it's not a good development team or company unless
I'd
it's
much rather have a
released.
game get delayed and take a lot longer.
Exactly.
And have a
You
better
don't understand
finished
what
product.
I'm saying. I'm saying that they're not competent enough. So another development team can put out a same or better quality game in 2 or 3 years, and it takes Blizzard much longer than that. I'm
But
saying,
you
yeah,
can't-
release your game when it's finished, but for them it takes longer.
Who cares? Look, you cannot judge Blizzard based off other companies and their schedules.
Yeah,
It's like No
can't.
Child Left Behind, but for developers. You can't make fun of the
Maybe
slow ones.
slower.
Whoa,
but
wow.
Can't make fun of the
slow.
There are
still
so many
good.
games coming out. I think we need a bigger window in between each game.
You can't just make up an excuse as to
10 years
rationalize
is
why, or like, this is a good thing because of this reason that doesn't really relate to their company. Like, yeah, we need more time in between games. But it's not like they're like, you know what, they need more time in between games, so let's take our time. We have billions of dollars because of World of Warcraft, so we have time.
Look, I'm not going to change your opinion, but I will say, fuck your opinion. Yeah, get off Blizzard's nuts.
You say, I need to get off Blizzard's nuts?
Okay, I mean,
No,
get
you
off.
need to get off Blizzard's nuts.
I'll stay on the nuts. You
Need to get on, bro.
Yeah.
off their back, which is
I think they're back, yeah.
yeah, get off their back.
I don't want to be on their sweaty back. That's right.
It's Sweaty.
Turn that around. Yeah.
Both of those made no sense whatsoever, and we're all dumber for hearing it. So.
What do you guys think of Battleborn?
Battleborn?
Not Battleborn. Fuck Battleborn. No, Battleborn looks pretty fun. But what do you guys think about Overwatch?
That's not generally the type of game I play, but I'll admit when I saw the trailer, I'm interested. It's not one of those games where I'm like, oh my, like you.
What do you mean?
Like, super excited. It's not gonna
That cinematic trailer was just a mini, perfectly contained Pixar DreamWorks film. It was so great.
I don't want to watch a movie. I want to play a game, and I generally like the more dark, story-driven games and stuff. I mean, it looks fun. I'll admit it. It does look fun. It looks like they have pretty good variety of characters and the way they're going to play. So it does look cool, but I'm not normally for those type of games.
Yeah, I can see what you're saying. It most likely will not have a story.
Stories, RPGs, some shooters, obviously excluding Call of Duty.
It's so dark and gritty and meaningful.
Plus Kevin's... Nope, never mind.
Well, yeah.
I'm excited for this. If it's being created by Blizzard, then it means that it'll be supported by Blizzard for, I'm guessing, a long time. And just like Team Fortress 2, when that game was released, I would not have thought that it would still be around as one of the shooters that people play a lot, especially on Steam. Well, only on Steam, but that game has been supported by Valve since its release, and there's been a lot of content for it. It's free to play now. It has been always free to play.
I think it's always been free to play. I think. Well,
so yeah, I'm curious because it seems like the only competition that this game would have would be Battleborn, which I didn't even know that much about. But Team Fortress 2, maybe that's what they're trying to go for. What their
look.
Yeah, their whole look. The whole...
It was weird the way I heard it described was Team Fortress 2 mixed with Battleborn. So, Battleborn's already sort of like Team Fortress mixed with League of Legends.
So can you really quickly describe Battleborn? Because
Battleborn is first person, from my understanding, is first person Dota or League of Legends. So your hero... you are controlling and doing things in a more first-person realized world instead of just, oh, this is an isometric view. Here's the map exists just like this. This is the only view you'll ever get, and so it's pretty much. I think it's heavily objective-based, and everybody specializes in their own very unique kind of gameplay.
So it's not just a team deathmatch game.
They will probably have team deathmatch in it, but I don't think it's not. It is not defined by team deathmatch.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Which of Overwatch, I haven't really seen. Objective? Was there an objective? Oh yeah, it was like they stood in the point that like lit up the little circle. Blizzard did say that. I read an article that said that they are trying, or they will have a representative. I think it was either for every race or most kinds of people there, which is funny because I don't really imagine, like, I am Indian, yes, I can play as an Indian now, or, like, yo, dog, they got who like, my kind of do in here, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Like, oh, I'm Asian, so I'm going to play as the Asian character. Like,
is that Tracer?
For all you viewers.
I know that what I said...
Slightly racist.
No, it's...
Wait, is that what they were saying, though? That they were going to have, like, a Mexican-esque person, an Asian-esque person?
Probably, like, a representation of most cultures out there, which is... I mean, like... I don't know, I'm not going to play as the one waving a giant American flag. But then again, our culture kind of...
Yeah, you're probably going to have some
skewed,
American soldier-type guy.
The fat idiot.
I mean, obviously I'm not another culture, so I can't say that for sure, but I just don't... I can't imagine that being the case, like... Yes.
Was that what you think they're trying to do, is just hit all the different demographics, so they're increasing their audience, in turn selling more copies?
Probably. I think that...
Do you think this
Blizzard does make their stuff very accessible for everyone, most of the time. I think they had a pretty big problem with Diablo 3, but And I think that they're trying to do that with this as well, which is everybody can play, everybody's going to enjoy play, most people are going to find something that they like in it. And the more variety, the better, I guess, hitting all grounds.
Well, I'm excited as long as it's very objective based and not just team deathmatch running around killing people over and over.
So, Call of Duty.
Yeah.
It looked like
There's a lot of teamwork involved, I guess. And I do.
Blizzard games.
I'm gonna have to look it up because I haven't seen anything on it.
you watched the trailer with us.
No, Battleborn game.
Oh, Battleborn, yeah.
That one I'm gonna have to look up.
Yeah, me too.
It's I think the graphics look worse, obviously, this Gearbox. But then again, it's Gearbox.
You see the hate seething from your skin.
I've never hated a developer until Sledgehammer. Now I'll probably never play a game by them on principle. Because I'll have to play, probably, to enter my name and pay to start the game, pay to pause.
You know,
$1 to pause.
Now, who did it? Who was the one who made us play or pay to play with each other?
EA? EA's behind
Was it Dead Space?
Yeah, Dead
right?
Space.
Those
Oh
are all
my
games.
gosh.
Oh.
I thought that they were doing such good with Dead Space 1, and it was just... I agreed with everything they did before I played Dead Space 2 about Dead Space 2. And then Dead Space 3, I knew I was going to buy it, so I went information blackout on it. And I was like, it's co-op, so I'm going to buy it. I'm only going to need one copy because it's split screen. You know, my bro and I are going to play some co-op Dead Space. It's going to be the greatest thing ever. And I pop it in, and I'm looking for split screen or co-op or anything. And it's like, you know, online. Also, I was like, man, the multiplayer was so good last time. Well, not so good. The multiplayer had very good ideas that would definitely be realized in this one. I had no idea there was no multiplayer in Dead Space 3. The multiplayer was kind of like Left 4 Dead, whereas, like, you know, some people play as the necromorphs, other people play as the humans. And there is no split screen in Dead Space 2, and you have to pay for a season pass. A fucking season online fucking pass for cooperative play! What sense does that make?
Money.
Money, money, money.
It doesn't make sense. It makes dollars.
That, I was...
Oh yeah, so I had to buy a copy.
No, this is 2 years later is when we finally decided to actually, it's fine, it's $30, we'll get it and play it. We still haven't beaten it, but that's what you're talking about, right? Yeah, it's, as soon as I found that out, you have to understand that I am extremely, Dead Space is one of my favorite series, love it. Buying that game, just like having no problem paying for that game, and then coming back and finding that out, I took it back immediately. That's me not experiencing something that I wanted to experience so badly for so long on the principle of the matter. That's the only time I've ever really done that. And my fucking God. EA will pay for their sins one day.
I think THQ did something similar with that.
Oh.
Space Marine,
Well, THQ.
to play past level 5 online, you have to pay
Like
$10.
Not if you bought it day one.
Still.
Really? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I do. It
Maybe
sucked.
that's why THQ died.
No, that was probably one of their like saving throws is them trying to keep themselves alive. Like maybe someone will pay for, like maybe everyone will pay for this and we'll be good. You know, maybe we did good, and then we can make it up to them. But
And then maybe we'll make a good game. Maybe.
Yeah. Well,
Besides Dawn of War 1, I don't like any of them.
I haven't played. That's the
'Cause Dawn of War 2 is same as RTS.
Yeah.
But small time strategy, like squads.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then it was your squad, you had individual character development, so you pick like different weapons, armor. I just didn't have as much fun with it. And then Space Marine,
The story fell short.
yeah, could have been
Fell short.
Horribly short. Like, whoa.
Come
Come on, for the
way
40K
worse than
universe?
Destiny's story.
Yeah. For the 40K universe, that was horrible. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
out
there was
of
more
all
story in
that you have to work with for
Space
the Warhammer universe, and they.
I really want to
Yeah.
see a game, 40K, that's made by like BioWare and Bethesda get together.
Just
Oh man,
Well, here's the thing.
that would be amazing.
Neither of those companies have experience with massive battles. Like, they have tried to do it with Mass Effect, but it was mainly just like the background has a ginormous battle going on, but otherwise it's still just the gameplay of the room-to-room gameplay. And it's a little bit of the smoke and mirrors of, look, there are these, 3 people rushing you, but in the background you see, like, thousands of people fighting. And I don't think either one of those has enough experience with full battle Warhammer combat to be able to bring one of those to fruition. And I think that they could definitely handle the story, but I don't know who would handle the just grand scale epicness of fighting, thousands of orcs, or fighting
Titans coming.
Titans blowing thousands of people up, and then Thunderhawks like descending, everybody just
Being able to capture the presence of Primarch, just
oh
running
my
through.
gosh.
Just
You just see, like, in the background bodies just like flying up and going just
That would be awesome.
that would be awesome.
Or to fight side by side, like you're in one legion, you see another legion. Space wolves destroying people, like on the other side of the hill, you just hear explosions.
It would be cool actually to see like a cinematic trailer of like the Thousand Suns before they fell.
Just getting beat up like they always do. It's true. Don't worry.
your death will be caught on camera and the audio as well. I'll turn it in myself and the people.
Each legion would have something awesome I'd be able to see, like the Blood Angels, having them descend into like the Red Death or Black Death, when they basically become vampires and just start drinking blood, just going nuts.
They should just skip over the Emperor's Children.
And no one wants to see a bunch of
We're perfect.
pretty boy models. Like,
Pretty boy models
That look
ripping
good.
their faces off and jacking off onto friggin' mutilated corpses and playing.
This just got...
Little too
That's what
late.
happened, okay? With the Emperor's Children. Oh my gosh.
that book,
It's the worst
Fulgrim.
book ever.
Fulgrim. That was
Oh
a
my
graphic book. A bunch of children read it. Jesus.
Nobody should read that book. It should be burnt.
You can't say it was not a good book.
It was not a good book. Nothing good happened in that book.
Who cares? Like nothing good happened.
F
It was
this right here. Next page. F this right here. The ending. Oh, nothing. Like, there was no, like, man, I wish this happens. It would make it at least an
it's-
alright book. If
it's
it's not
40K.
called
Fulgrim?
It's
Yeah,
it's
it's-
40K, man. It's not supposed to be like, oh yay, the hero wins. Kind of like, I don't know,
Okay,
Halo.
but I didn't agree with. Yo, Cortana. Come on, he lost Cortana. That's,
He lost a computer program.
that was- It's the future. Computer programs are pretty big deals in the future.
Skynet.
Don't say that. Gosh, yeah, a great balance is Thousand Suns book, where the story is amazing and there are good things balanced with the bad, but ultimately it's sort of like, Romeo and Juliet's story. But this Fulgrim book, just nothing. No specific one thing ever satisfied us any sense of justice whatsoever. Everything bad.
So what you're saying is, if you like the bad guy winning and getting ahead and becoming awesome,
There's no respectable bad guy. There's no respectable entity
hold
in that
on.
book.
do you think bad guys are worried about being
I was thinking of
respectable?
Storm of
I'm saying, okay,
Great
Voss
great
from
bad
Far
guy.
Cry 3, one of my favorite bad guys. Handsome Jack from Borderlands 2, favorite bad guy. Because of just how crazy they were in all of the awesome things that they would say in the situations that they would put you in. Those are good bad guys.
Hansu,
Hansu, who's that again?
Storm of Iron Warrior.
Oh, I haven't
Oh.
Great bad guy.
Oh yeah,
Love
he's a
it.
good bad guy. He's kind of like your anti-hero bad guy, where he's a bad dude that you root for. But Fulgrim is like the perfect example of the darkness of 40K and the grim. Like, oh my god, why live?
That nobody should or would continue reading after reading Fulgrim. If that was their first experience, like, are all books like these? No, thank you.
Man, I'd read that book again.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
because I don't care if nothing for the good side happens.
But that's what confuses me. As we are getting way into Warhammer, which is, if you're not familiar with Warhammer, you're just completely freaking lost right now. But that's what positive do you get from reading a story like that? Because if nothing positive is gained, then and it's only emotional or negative emotional for the reader, why does that book exist?
Because that book is part of a series to show how far something that was like the pinnacle of greatness, how far it descended. And that book, for that purpose,
as a greater
did
whole,
amazing.
I actually agree. But unless there is a book out there, because I've only read maybe 10 Horus Heresy books. If there's a book out there where
Only
the
10.
Emperor
That's still a
Children's...
lot.
No, probably less than...
Even though there's like 30 of those books out now.
maybe 6 or 7. I'm getting some of them confused with the in the Now books that are also that are in the written the time the Horus Heresy was being written about. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like so post Heresy specific wars with specific legions like the Nocturne. One of my favorite legions with Night Lords, Talos, and all that stuff. So I've read a couple Horus Heresy books. If there's a Horus Heresy book where the Emperor's Children, it's the equivalent, only the equivalent in the drastic situation of what's happening in the first Fulgrim book, only the complete opposite. Does that make sense? So, like, Fulgrim is getting his flesh ripped from him and just eaten alive, and then he gets tortured for eternity with just, like, everything that he hates right in front of him being done. And me just, yeah. Oh. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, is there a book where any sort of revenge is seeked or taken upon the Emperor's Children? Also Lucius.
Why?
There might be. Maybe I'm not thinking of one, but like on the top of my head right now, no. And Lucius in the Now.
He made it to in the Now.
And he can't die.
Yeah, he'd love it.
He can't die.
No.
Damn.
Well, that's certified guaranteed me not continuing reading about Loken then. Jeez, yeah, this is we're coming up on time now. This is if you're into Warhammer, which you should and shouldn't be at the same time. It's amazing and terrible at the same time. Then you might have enjoyed this conversation. But if you're not, then brush up.
Sorry?
Jeez. It's not our fault. It's theirs. Ignorance is not bliss. Yeah, we should wrap up. It's coming up on 30 minutes now, unless anybody has any adding things to say about Overwatch, Call of Duty, or Warhammer, I guess now. No? Everybody's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
good.
sure we convinced people not to waste their money on Call of Duty.
Call of Duty's been
Rent it
out.
from a Redbox.
Call of Duty's been out for a little less than a week now. Anybody who's going to buy it has bought it, so don't even rent it. Don't support your local Sledgehammer Games or Activision or Blizzard or Valve or Bungie
Dang.
or the Emperor's Children.
Oh, God.
CD Projekt Red. Support them.
Yeah, support them. 13 or 16 DLCs for The Witcher 3, all free.
Really?
Yes,
Wow,
all free.
that's awesome.
They are one of the greatest developers I have ever had the pleasure of experiencing one of their games.
How long has it been since Witcher 2 came out?
A while.
Years?
Like 4 years. But guess what? They were an independent company.
Hey, don't say
about
anything bad about
75% of the
They've
way.
done nothing wrong.
About 75% of the way through the development of The Witcher 3, they were independent. And now, in the last year, they now have a publisher. So that's freaking good on them, man. The Witcher 2 is an amazing, high-quality experience. Okay, so this is the part where watch my game reviews called Rant Views. They're really awesome. They could convince or just totally scare you away from a video game. Watch our new Let's Plays. We're doing Evil Within. Maximus Dominus is doing the Evil Within. And Rummy, Max, and I, and possibly others, are doing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix. And definitely, if you have any aspirations of getting in shape whatsoever, look up my video game fitness program. I do specific routines for specific video games that most anybody can do. And it's called the Video Game Fitness Program. Look it up if you want to get in shape or get stronger and play longer. Check it out. And that's it for this week. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next week for... Actually, we may not because Halo's coming out, so you may not hear from us for a couple...